Here's an interesting thought that I was thinking about. I'm doing laundry right now, putting things away. Everybody has to do laundry. And, what I was thinking about is that, people say that technology is going to, robotics and those kind of things are going to take over the world eventually. And there's some truth to that. There's definitely going to be replacing um, some of the manual labor that we do, and that's always happening, been happening for like 1,000 years, if not more, right? With different tools. But as I'm folding socks and doing the laundry, I come to the realization that that is actually a really hard problem to solve, to fold socks. Um, if anybody was interested in that, I think that would be an interesting and just give me a nice little toot, I guess, if you ever do this, is it'd be an interesting problem to solve, of creating a sock folding robot or an algorithm of how to sort socks. I think it's actually quite challenging to do this, for a lot of different reasons in terms of the impracticality of it. Um, and it's a real world problem that we spend a tremendous amount of time on and tremendous amount of effort on. Yet it is really, really challenging to do that. If you were to do it you can't use a, there's not really, I don't think that there would be any good algorithm to understand how to sort socks. There's nothing really that would be there to do that because socks come in different sizes. They're kind of mashed up all together. Um, there's a lot that goes on. Maybe you could do a learning algorithm to look at that and to look at it. But it'd be a challenging problem, but it'd be a fun problem. But my point is where I'm going with this. I kind of lost my train of thought there. My point is that there is a lot that goes on, that we do in our day-to-day life that's really mundane and pretty boring. And but there's a lot of room for solving these problems, and there's a lot of room that somebody that is bright and ingenious might want to sort of look at and how to actually solve it. It's like laundry, right? Like, or washing the laundry. Years ago, we used to have to wash it by hand. Now we've got machines to do it, but now we don't really have any machines to fold it. Um, if you had another machine to fold it, it would be, give us some service for us to do other things. But here's the thing with technology that people forget about is that it doesn't it doesn't replace our life, right? It doesn't make our life better. It does make our life better, but in different ways. And so we end up filling up what we do in our day-to-day life, with other things, right? So we're going to, instead of folding socks, somebody's going to solve that problem by the time I'm 50 years, by the time 50 years from now, right? So when I'm 100 years old, I'm sure there'll be a sock folding robot that'll be around and actually doing that, and that will replace our day-to-day job of doing that. Um, but if we have that, we would still be a long ways. We would replace it with some other activity that, would become work, and we would view it as work or mundane life, right? We have, um, life in itself, like what we do, is analog, and the days kind of you have hours in the days, and so you have to fill that space. And so it's still going to feel like we're doing something. It just won't be folding socks. And we're going to be okay with that, right? So I think, my point is with this is thinking about being okay with folding socks and enjoying it. Because even if you do have a sock folding machine that lets you not do that in the future, um, you're going to find something else that's going to feel mundane and tedious and boring. whatever that you don't want to do. So just enjoy it. It's part of life doing these sort of small things. And it's for me, it's my Saturday and Sunday afternoon or whatever. We're just chilling and folding some socks. Um, it's my time to decompress. With working a family, two working parents. Um, it's enjoyable to actually do this. It's enjoyable to fold socks and veg and kind of space out and not think about anything else. So, yeah, it might be mundane, might be boring, but it's a wonderful sort of part of life that I don't know if I'd ever want to replace. And if it does, I'm sure I'll find something else to find boring and mundane. Maybe by that time, everything will be so, 50 years from now or 100 years from now, everything's going to be so wonderful that I'll be eating lobster all the time. But even when I'm eating lobster, it's going to feel miserable and boring and mundane. And that's okay. So, um, I know it's kind of a goofy thing to think about, but um, just be happy with your life and how you are right now and be excited for it. Even if you can change things, it often doesn't make a difference. You just feel a little better off in some areas. Just enjoy it. It's like, so I know that this is a really big problem, and I'm not making fun of it or anything like that. But it's like people that have to walk a couple hours or a couple days, a couple miles to get water. Once you solve that problem, there's going to be something else behind it, and you might look back and sort of think about all the fun times that you had when you were walking to get that water. So we might view it as like this is not a great situation, and it's not. And I am not like saying that that I think it's definitely every person should have access to free clean water in this world. But at the same time, we have to remember that there is a lot of social aspects and in a lot of wonderful things that happen when we do these sort of mundane work things. That's part of our life, and it's a joy to have that. And so the more that we sort of view this as it's just a wonderful joy to be able to do these things, to have this ability, the more fun it's going to be. And you could view it as work, and mundane and awful, or you can view it as this is something that's pretty awesome that I get to do every day. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.